Hey there, story lovers! Welcome back to Night Story HQ, deep in the shadowy forests of North America, where sunlight barely touches the ground. People still whisper about a strange creature, towering, covered in thick hair, walking like a man, but living like a wild beast. They call it Bigfoot, also known as the Wild Man of the Woods. But this isn't just a modern urban legend. In truth, the story of Bigfoot stretches back hundreds of years, rooted in the oral traditions of Native American tribes. The Salish people called it Sasquatch. The Klamath spoke of a forest spirit with enormous strength. The Lummi described a wild being to be feared and respected. Across tribes, the stories were eerily similar. A giant, over 2 meters tall, smart, silent, and always just out of reach. Then, in the mid-1900s, those ancient tales exploded into the mainstream. In 1958, construction workers in Northern California discovered enormous footprints around their work site, deep, wide, and distinctly human-like. The newspapers dubbed the mysterious creature Bigfoot, and the name stuck. Soon after, sightings poured in from across the country. But one region stood out: the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest, Washington, Oregon, and British Columbia. These wild, remote areas became ground zero for Bigfoot encounters. Others claimed sightings in Ohio, Florida, Alaska, and the Appalachian Mountains. But perhaps the most famous piece of so-called evidence came in 1967, the Patterson-Gimlin film. Captured in Bluff Creek, California, the grainy footage shows a large, hairy figure striding across a clearing, arms swinging, head turning briefly toward the camera. To believers, it was proof. To skeptics, a hoax. Some said it was just a man in a costume. Others pointed out details, muscle movement, gait, posture, that they claimed were too real to fake. In addition to the video, thousands of large footprints have been reported. Some were cast in plaster, showing clear toes, arches, and even dermal ridges. Strange howls and calls, recorded deep in the forest, add to the mystery. Sounds that don't match any known animal, long, guttural, echoing through the night. But what makes this legend even more compelling are the stories told by eyewitnesses. One woman claimed she saw it while camping in Oregon. A massive, upright figure stepped out from behind a tree. She said it wasn't a bear, because it walked like a person. It looked at her briefly, then slipped silently back into the woods. A hunter in Alaska told of a tall creature crossing his path at dawn. He thought it was a moose until it stood upright on 2 legs and watched him. No growl, no sound. Just that eerie, knowing stare before disappearing into the trees. There are hundreds of stories like these. Different people, different places, same description. So, is Bigfoot real? Mainstream science says no. There's no physical evidence, no bones, no hair samples, no body. Many scientists believe it's all a combination of hoaxes, misidentified animals, and the power of suggestion. Psychologists offer another explanation: pareidolia, the brain's tendency to see patterns and familiar shapes where there are none. In a dark forest, fear can turn shadows into monsters. And yet, some theories go beyond science. One suggests that Bigfoot could be the last surviving member of Gigantopithecus, an ancient ape species that once roamed Asia. Some believe it crossed the Bering Land Bridge into North America thousands of years ago and adapted to the wild. Another, more fringe theory proposes that Bigfoot is not of this world at all, that it's an interdimensional being, able to shift between realities, which is why we've never found a body or solid trace. Whether rooted in folklore, science, or the supernatural, one thing is certain: Bigfoot captures something primal in the human imagination. A mystery, a shadow. A reminder that, perhaps, we don't know the world as well as we think we do. Until the day undeniable proof emerges, Bigfoot will remain a legend, part myth, part maybe. So what do you believe? Is Bigfoot out there, watching us from the trees? Or is it just a reflection of our need to believe in something bigger, wilder, and unknown? The answer is still waiting, somewhere in the mist, beneath the canopy of the forest. The story ends here, but the mysteries continue. What did you think? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Night Story HQ for more tales from the shadows. Good night.